Welcome to a very special episode of the. It's gonna short video. Yeah, it's a short episode of the Entertaining Stupid podcast. It's a long weekend. I've gathered you two here.
Yes.
Yeah, I've gathered Sil and Ray here because a while ago on a podcast we were talking about dry aging meat.
Did you start that one or did I?
No, that was Matthew.
Matthew started it.
I was the one coming up with fucked up flavors.
Yeah, for fucked up flavors.
Okay,
and then Jayson was like, "Yeah, I could do that."
How did Matt start the?
Well, because Matt was thinking of buying a smoker.
Oh, so we were just talking about smoking meats and
Yeah.
blah blah, and then I threw out the let's do fucked up flavors.
Yes.
So
You took a good thing and you ruined it.
the first thing we kind of decided on was that I would dry age meat.
How'd that go, Jayson?
That went horribly.
Yeah. So when
He did it wrong.
I did it wrong. I had it in my little fridge there, my drink cooler fridge, which has got a glass window. Okay. The thing is, it was sitting over on this side of the room.
In the sun.
In the sun.
Where you're sitting.
Oh.
You know, during the summer, the sun would come through my windows. And it would just beam down on this thing.
Was it wrapped?
I had like paper towels and stuff like that on there, but there was some times where I kind of forgot to change it.
Okay. So, but it's a fridge.
Yes.
So it's kept cool by the fridge, but then getting sunbeam.
It started to there was mold on it, and I thought that was okay at first, but then
Okay.
I looked at it a little bit more, and it smelled very vinegary.
Yeah, no, it was wrong.
Yeah, and at that point, I decided we're gonna toss that out, and we're gonna move on to something different, and something different is this.
A brisket.
I made a brisket. I made a
What a
pumpkin
sad loss of
spice
meat.
brisket.
Sorry, what?
What a sad loss of meat.
Yeah.
But it all started on Wednesday when I got the brisket. And what I did was I brined it for like 12 hours. And then I went and got the seasoning for the pumpkin spice. The thing is, I kind of forgot what pumpkin spice tastes like, actually supposed to taste like. I just know what it comprises of. So I kind of just mixed nutmeg, cinnamon, brown sugar, cloves, and a little bit of ginger in some sort of configuration where I thought it was palatable.
Just saying those ingredients, those sound totally normal.
I mean, those are things, yes.
Yeah, that's cooking shit.
Yeah.
That's
So
cooking with flavor.
here we go. We're gonna try some now.
Just believe.
We're gonna try some now.
I have no faith in
Open
this
your
at
heart
all.
and your mouth.
And we're gonna
And
give
your
you
thumb.
My
give
dead
you-
fucking heart.
some impression. I also made an actual Korean style brisket that we're gonna eat. We're gonna have dinner after this.
A
But
good one.
A palate cleanser.
yeah.
All right, bite into the spice.
You
Yeah.
do whatever you want.
You do
going
whatever
straight
you
on
want.
Full spice. I can't eat Weird.
I can't handle the nutmeg and
Yeah,
the cloves.
Yeah.
that is not good.
Well, it's
Ah.
Oh, it
Oh.
sticks around for a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Ugh.
that's powerful.
Bro, why would you do this?
How much sugar? Oh, damn.
It stays. It
Oh,
stays
that's
with you.
So bad.
First it punches you in the gut, and then it kicks you in the nads while you're down.
It's
Oh, it hates me.
it's still around. Ah.
I think it's fighting.
Oh, Ray, this is terrible.
It's fighting back.
Wow. I was kind of sad that Matty wasn't free this weekend because I really wanted to use the smoker.
But
I
yeah,
think
I
Would
think there is a way to make that good.
Well, can you buy like just pumpkin spice?
Probably.
yeah, but I mean it's
If it's-
summer. It's not.
Yeah, if it was when is spice?
Pumpkin spice will come in September.
Yeah, like fall.
Yeah.
But yeah, there is like the nutmeg and cloves overpower everything else.
So maybe I had the thing. The ratio's all
But
wrong.
I think that there is a way to make that work.
So what you're saying is eventually we'll come back and do a version 2 of this.
I hope not.
Do you think smoking it would have been better? Like with that?
No, your ratios are still wrong.
Okay.
But
Because honestly, it doesn't exactly taste like pumpkin spice.
no,
I'd say.
it has that hint because
What do you
it's
need
all the
more?
right ingredient. It's just I think less of.
I don't think I'm getting any pumpkin spice. It's just
That's because the ratios are wrong.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Nutmeg for sure. Overpowered.
Yeah, I'll keep
over
eating
all
it.
of it.
And then you
You're
like
a
you.
bolder
you
man
s-
than I.
I mean, go ahead and
Oh, it is.
yeah, sweet. Yeah. Yeah. So, but I decided to do a second brisket too. A Korean barbecue one. I have some. I made a barbecue sauce for it too. So we're gonna go in and enjoy that. But this was an awful idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how you talked me into it, Ray.
But he didn't do any talking. Ray was
jumped.
like, "Man, can you imagine this?" And you were like, "I could do that."
Yeah.
And then we're
I
like,
throw-
"Don't do that." And he was like, "I'm gonna do
I
this."
throw out ideas, like starbursts. I want to do a starburst one.
Oh God, that'd be even worse.
Probably. Probably.
It would be like glazed and like encased in a hard candy.
No,
Hmm.
no.
Stop thinking about it.
What if you could do
No.
like a
No,
core,
no.
a candy core around meat, and then this outer shell? It's layers, man. We got layered cake, brisket. I'm on this shit, man. I'm on this next level. I'm top tier. Anyways, so meat's good. Definitely a nice brisket. You did a great job cooking it. Definitely powerful seasoning that won't escape. Can't escape.
I still taste. I took one bite and that was 5 minutes ago, and I still taste it.
Yeah.
It's still
I
there.
can taste
It's-
it. Like my rattler isn't enough to wash away the taste of that. It's too powerful.
So it's the clove you're saying is the really...
Clove and nutmeg.
Clove and
Yeah.
nutmeg are really, really strong in there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can kind of taste brown sugar as like a little bit of sweetness in the back, but
Yep. Yeah, it's definitely... Yeah, clove and nutmeg.
I'm gonna cut up the rest of this, and I'm just gonna drop it off at the doors of Christian
and
and Matt there, so they can try too.
Everyone needs to experience.
Good luck, Matty.
I should
God
probably
have
save.
mercy on your
We'll save some
soul.
for Dan too.
Yeah, everyone's got to try.
There we go. That's better.
Okay, I guess we can get started on this shit.
Are we live? We're recording?
Yeah. Welcome to another episode of the Entertaining Stupid Podcast. My name is Buddy Jayson, and my friends with me today are.
Matty B.
I'm Christian.
It's been a hot minute since you guys were.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute since we've had a podcast, I think.
What the fuck is going on, boys?
It's the summer. We're busy.
Yeah, we're
that's
taking a
true.
summer break.
Look, Matty has been unavailable every weekend for like the last 2 months.
Oh, really?
Ashley too, yeah.
Huh.
This is accurate.
Nice. I just sit and drink coffee on the weekends, really.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
No.
What have you been up to this summer, Matty?
Oh, we've just been busy. Like, we got in a couple weddings, gone on some trips, got engaged this summer, and yeah, no, it's just been overall just pretty busy, but a lot of fun. Gone camping, did all that fun stuff.
Cool.
So, yeah.
I think, the last time I had people over was, I think like the second week of July or something like that. I got
Is that it?
Sil.
The wrestling thing? No, that's the last time I was here.
That was the last time you were here.
When was
Yeah.
that? The wrestling sim?
No, but he had people over though after that. He's saying.
I recorded a podcast with Sil, Dan, and Ray, like in July.
Mm-hmm.
August long, I brought Sil and Ray over, and I fed them a pumpkin spiced brisket.
Oh, how'd that
Oh,
go?
how did that go?
I recorded a bit of it. It was god awful.
That's hilarious. Where'd you guys go to eat after?
We still stayed here because I made a Korean barbecue brisket as well.
Oh, nice.
Oh, backup. Nice.
Yeah, but I think I have like maybe 5 minutes or something like that recorded. Maybe I would have slapped that on before this. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll have to
How'd you
check it
make
out
it?
after.
So I brined the brisket
Mhm.
overnight.
Yeah.
Then I did a pumpkin spice rub.
Yeah.
And the bad thing is I don't really know what pumpkin spice tastes like. I
Yeah.
kinda just,
Cinnamon, nutmeg, and clove.
yeah, I got all that stuff. I put a little brown sugar in there too. And I kind of just mixed it all together until I thought
You
it
said
was-
this was a brisket,
Yeah.
like a nice brisket.
I went to like Prairie Meats.
Oh,
That's a pretty nice brisket then, yeah.
It was like a $90 piece of meat.
I paid $60 for about 5 pounds.
That's not too bad.
Oh my god, dude.
So I did that.
But
I
he also
divvied
made a
it
good
up.
one, so like,
So you bought 2 of them.
Yeah. Well, I took that
Yeah.
5 pound and divvied up.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay,
not that
okay.
bad then.
So then I made the rub. I rubbed the brisket down, let it sort of like marinate overnight, and then I
Did you do it in the oven?
I did it in the oven.
Smart.
The original plan was to do it in a smoker, but Matty, you were gone that weekend. So
Yes, yeah.
Plans changed.
I think that's when we went camping.
Dude, Matt is now a grill king.
Not a grill
yeah,
king.
you do. You fucking love that thing.
Oh, I like it, yeah, but I'm not a
You
king.
got
I'm
a
not
name?
very
What's its
good.
name? You named it.
That's in Scotty Too Hottie. From wrestling.
Yeah.
Sometime in this, I don't know how long ago that was now. It feels like a long time ago, but we went to Summit Meats on Central,
Yeah.
which is good. Shout out to that fucking place.
Yeah, she was really good.
Matt's like, oh, we should make these like tomahawk steaks. I'm like, yeah, fuck, yeah, sure, let's smoke them, right?
Yeah.
We go there, he gets it. It's like how much? At $98?
It was like $90, yeah.
For how many steaks?
Just one.
No, one.
Just for one steak?
'Kay.
Have you ever seen
There-
a tomahawk steak?
There's more context to it though. We did try to go to Costco originally because Costco
True.
sometimes does have them, and they're like $60, and they're like huge tomahawk steaks. But this was a tomahawk ribeye steak at Summit, so then it was like $90. But I was like, fuck it, I want to try it one time, and I got it.
Ashley's shaking her head.
And then he got like a sick ribeye for even cheaper, and it was dry
Yeah, because
aged.
I saw it was he weighed because the guy puts it
Yeah.
on the weigh thing and it says how much it weighs and then how much it costs.
Yeah.
And it came up. All I saw was that dollar sign and then a 9, and I'm like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And then
You know what?
yeah.
It's what for the experience though, like just to try it and say you've tried it. Like because when the hell are you ever gonna get really a tomahawk ever, right?
But we
like,
did you did give me a lot of that tomahawk.
Yeah, because it was so big.
Yeah. So and I got myself like a $40 ribeye steak, cold smoked. or
Dry aged, yeah.
It's fucking delicious. But okay, this is the funny part though. So our friend texts us that day. He's like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" I'm like, "Oh, we're getting some tomahawk steaks. We're gonna throw them on the smoker, right?" He's like, "Oh, can I come?" I'm like, "Well, it's like $90 pieces of meat, man. Like, you know, I know he doesn't want to pay that much." So he comes over. What he does, he brings over like the floppiest steak from Sobeys.
I think
like,
he bought like a flank steak or
Yeah,
something
yeah, like-
for like $10.
I want to believe it's one of those like fast fry ones.
Yeah.
Right. And then he's like, "Oh, I'll bring over some whiskey and cigars." And we're like, "I mean, cool. Like, I don't really smoke
Yeah.
cigars. We don't, but."
I don't even drink whiskey.
No, but he brought it over, and then we did try the whiskey. It was this Japanese whiskey. I
It's
think.
actually pretty good.
It was really good. It was really.
I'm
good.
not a whiskey guy, and I actually liked it.
You know, we tried it. I didn't have any cigars, but our friend had to bail.
Well, you also have to explain that the cigars weren't actually cigars; they were
no,
prime.
like cigarellos.
They were like prime times, like so
Whatever.
they were just flavored like
okay, I'm
cigarettes.
saying he
essentially.
said cigars.
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, that's the funny part. Like, to add to the funny part of the story is that he buys cigarellos instead of cigars.
Yeah,
Like,
and then he gets up. He's all of a sudden he's like, "Oh yeah, after I eat my steak, I gotta leave." And we're like, "Okay, man, like whatever." I don't know. He said why. He didn't say why he did.
yeah, well, he was just asking, like, how long it's going to take. So, like, what we were doing is, like, we were slow cooking them on the smoker, and then we were going to reverse sear it with, like, to get a little bit of a crust after.
Yep.
So that's what I was doing. And then I just said, well, yours just, like, I put his on last because we had our steaks first, so I put us on, and we were, like, slow cooking for, like, 2 hours. So then I was like, okay, you have a small steak anyway. You only need like 45 minutes. So then I just like cooked his really quick and he liked it. But yeah, then he just left.
He just left. He like shows up and then leaves. But this is the best part. So a couple hours after he's gone, and I'm like, "Man, that whiskey, I want to try that again. That was like pretty good." And we're like looking around for it. We're like, "Where the fuck's this whiskey?" And then I kind of look at Matt and I'm like, "Oh my god, did he take them?" He took the fucking whiskey back with him, and the prime times, which I thought is so funny because I feel like it's kind of like a rule of thumb that if you bring something like that over, it's like a gift.
Yeah.
Like there's times where I bring like a whole pack of beer to your place, I'll drink a couple of them and I just leave it because it's
Yeah.
like
It's the custom.
yeah, it's the custom. But it's so funny that he just like took that because that's he might listen to this, but it's just funny. Like I was like, oh, that's like the most like he would do that, like the thing he would do.
Yeah, but anyway, those steaks were pretty freaking good though.
Oh man,
Tomahawks are fantastic.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, like
after.
man, it just shreds in your mouth, man. I was like, holy smokes.
I fell asleep in that blue rocking chair that he has on the deck. I was gone.
Yeah, he actually fell asleep after.
What?
It is brown. It is a brown
Brown?
rocking chair.
Is it brown?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You're just colorblind.
No, but we
No,
have
or
blue
I just
chairs. We have blue
misremembered
chairs though too. We have the
This is why eyewitness accounts are not reliable.
Yeah.
sure.
Because I was convinced fully in my brain that it was blue.
Yeah.
Do you have another blue chair
Dude,
over there?
I was telling you those other chairs are blue, but the
Oh.
rocking chair is brown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Yeah. So that pumpkin spice brisket. I just overdid it, I guess, on
The spice.
nutmeg and the
How did
Yeah.
you cook it though?
Huh?
How did you cook it?
we just
How many
used
hours?
The oven. I did it for about 3 hours.
Oh, that's a quick cook. Yeah.
Yeah, just do a lower.
Did it dry out?
No, it was fine. The brine actually really helped.
Keep the
retain
moisture in?
water,
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it was just
Did
like.
you have to Google it?
Google how to do it? Or?
Yeah.
No, I mean I've done kind
Nice.
of like smoked meat stuff. When my parents owned restaurants, my dad would do like the Chinese barbecue pork stuff.
Okay.
So I kind of used just like a rule of thumb from the stuff he taught me there,
Yeah.
and did my own little thing here. But,
I had barbecued duck once at a Chinese restaurant in the middle of Calgary. Did I tell you about this?
No.
So I went on a ski trip with my dad's friend's family, all Chinese, right? And on the way back, we stopped in Calgary to have lunch with these people that they knew, right? And we're in the middle of Chinatown. And I'm sitting next to my dad's friend. He's like, man, once you have this barbecue duck, you're never going to want like regular barbecue ever again. And I'm like, oh man, I'm so excited for this. I get it. I eat it. And I'm like, this is fucking terrible.
Oh, really? I like duck.
I was so mad, but I was also like in grade 11 at the time. So I would have been
Oh.
like 16, 17. Didn't appreciate it, but at the time I was so mad. And everything, but the thing is also everyone around me is just like speaking in like Cantonese.
The Cactus Club has a really good duck sandwich, man. It's like so good.
Cactus Club?
Yeah. It's really good.
Fucking lame, dude.
Hey, I don't care. It's
You go to
delicious.
the Cactus Club?
Well, I've been to the I don't go there all like I just go there occasionally.
Don't lie, you love the Cactus Club.
It's got good food there. I don't know what's wrong with that.
No, you go there all the time. That's what I mean.
Right. Right.
Okay, so how did
That's
Sil-
him trying to be funny, by the way.
No, how did Sil and Ray like the brisket?
So me and Sil kind of agreed. We took a couple of bites. It was awful. We spat it out. We tried to wash the flavor out of our mouths.
Yeah.
But something about the nutmeg and the clove really just hung around and was like
So strong.
How much clove did you use?
quite a bit.
Yeah, that's not meant like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I think Ray finished his piece and had like seconds. And
He always does that though. Like he'll like keep going through that stuff. Just like the macaroni when we did the flavors, he kept on eating it. I'm
Who?
like, why? Like the cotton Real with the cotton candy macaroni and all that when we did all those flavors.
Rael was there?
Yeah,
Oh.
man.
I remember you guys
Do
being
you have
there. I don't remember-
Alzheimer's or something?
No, I
What's
don't.
going on here? Okay, just making sure.
I was huffing a lot of CO2 today and yesterday. So
That's
I'm a
probably
little-
why.
I'm a little like,
That's probably
just
why.
doing his version of whippets.
Yeah.
but I am not on purpose. I forgot to turn the fan on when I was in the cidery, and I looked at the CO2 monitor, and it was like 3,000 ppm of CO2 in the building, and I'm like, oh my, I don't know how I haven't croaked yet.
I should legally be dead.
Yeah, I should be dead. Actually, one time, the guy that I work with,
Yeah.
so I was gone to Hawaii, and they had the the first cider maker come in. They contracted him to come do a ferment. And he comes in one day, and the guy I work with is cleaning kegs, and the CO2 monitor is just going off. It was like 5,000 ppm, and this guy is working like
oh
just
my
like.
god.
And then the cider maker is just like, how is this guy not dead? He's a fucking brick, that guy.
Holy shit. That's crazy, man. Wow. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So how'd the Korean barbecue portion go?
That one was actually fantastic. I
Yeah?
really liked,
What did you use on that one?
That one was brown sugar, soy sauce,
Oh, yeah.
rice wine vinegar, the Korean red pepper flakes, the
Ooh.
gochugaru,
Mhm.
Nice.
and then sesame seeds.
Ooh, yummy.
That sounds really good. That sounds
Can you do brisket
fantastic.
in a crock pot?
I'm sure you could. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah,
You want it to like, you don't want it to get like wet though. Like you want it to like absorb all of like the juices.
Yeah.
So like that's the hard part. So like maybe you'd have to like like after a certain amount of hours, you have to wrap it in tinfoil or something so
put it
it
in the
keeps
oven?
it. Or yeah, put it in the oven. I'm sure you wrapped yours, right?
I wrapped mine off the start.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I finished unwrapped.
Yeah, and you could do whichever, right? But yeah, just keep the juices in, because that's the whole point of the brisket.
Yeah, because I'll make ribs in
Even the ends, right? Like the burnt ends are like the
Those are
best part of the whole brisket, really.
I'll make ribs in the crock pot sometimes, and then by the time I take it out to eat it, it's just falling off. Like,
That's like the best.
it's just turning. Well, yeah, it's kind of wet.
Oh,
You know
sure.
what I mean, like it's just,
Yeah.
In the crock pot, it makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. It's just
But
like-
maybe
like
what
I
you
can
do
put-
then at that point is like you take them out before, like maybe like a half hour early or an hour early, and then you just put it on the queue and you get the crust and it's still.
I don't know
off
if
the
my
bone.
barbecue can handle that.
Well, like all you'd have to do is like char it.
Oh,
So like all you'd have to do is get the flame up and then put like on each side for like maybe 3 minutes each side.
yeah,
You'll get a nice char and you put barbecue sauce and it'll probably fall off the bone still.
probably.
So, yeah,
Matty's slowly becoming this dad barbecue king.
I'm learning. I watch a lot of videos too and
Dad
stuff.
status, yeah.
Just because like it's like, man, you are gonna fuck up a bunch of times, and like no barbecue's the same barbecue. Like
Have
there's
you fucked up?
I think technically, like when we had that pork shoulder, I could have. I think you have to go at least 12 hours when you smoke it. I only did 8.
What was what would be the difference? It
I
tastes
could
pretty
actually
good.
rip it apart with my hands if I did it the other way.
Oh, really?
Like and that's what I was trying to get, but I didn't do enough. And I think I should have like had like it in a tray with liquid the whole time instead of going to constantly spray it.
Just gotta do it again.
Yeah, I just gotta do it a
Still
different
got
way.
all that apple juice sitting in your fridge.
I don't think so. I think I
What?
gave it to my dad because he
Oh,
was
did
doing
you?
the
Oh,
pork
okay.
shoulder. So, but yeah, no, like those are things. But hey, it's fun. Like you learn, and you get better at it. So, and the nice thing is like it's so easy because you literally just let it do its own thing for like a bunch of time. You just gotta be patient. Essentially, that's like the hardest part. And I fucked up a chicken the other time because my temperature gauge was fucking up, and I put like. Because sometimes you can just put it directly into the meat thermometer and let it cook with your smoker, and then like I have the app on my phone through like for my smoker, and it tells like I just set it to like, hey, once this hits a certain internal temperature, it gives me an alarm and I'm ready to take it off. And I cooked it like the chicken's usually an hour and 10 minutes, and I thought it was around an hour, but
Was
I
it like a
wasn't
whole
sure.
chicken?
It was a whole chicken, and I was like, oh, it's like around an hour, so maybe it just got a little faster because the temp went a little higher than in planned. And it looks perfect on the outside, like crispy and all that. I'm like, oh fuck yeah! And I cut into it, and it's just fucking raw chicken on the inside. I was like, fuck, man. And then like just cook it. I'm like, no, fuck this. And I was so pissed. I went and got chicken McNuggets instead for.
You couldn't just keep cooking it?
Well, I was like fucking
throw it
all,
in the
dude.
oven?
It was like all bloody and shit. I was just so pissed off. I was just like,
You
no.
threw it out, the whole thing?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I was pissed.
Yeah, you kind of do that, hey?
Yep.
That was like that.
It was like,
story that
fuck
Ashley
you.
told me about the soup that
Dude,
she
there's-
bought
dude.
you. And she saw you tumbling it down the toilet.
The soup? What do you mean soup?
Didn't you bought him soup?
Oh, yeah, and you didn't like his soup.
Which soup?
One of those co-op soups.
Was it co-op soup?
Oh, I like the one wasn't. Yeah, it was like not the right one. No, it's one of those
Tucking
like
it down the toilet.
you know, like where it's like you think it's the broccoli cheddar one, but it's actually just like the cream of broccoli.
What's wrong with that? Put some cheddar in it.
It just isn't the same, man. That was my fuck up.
That's massive.
That was my fuck up.
Throw it out.
Well, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna eat it.
Why not? Just make.
I don't want
I'm
it.
just like I'm the polar. I was thinking about that today. Like I don't like wasting.
yeah.
Like I buy a giant bag of that Popeye spinach because I eat spinach in my
Yeah.
smoothie, on my sandwich, on my afternoon snack, and then like as a
See-
salad. But like I couldn't. But it's such a big bag that it takes forever to go through. So as soon as you start getting to the bottom, it's just like starting to get like a little rotten
Yeah.
and a little mushy. And I power through it,
That's
and I
disgusting.
paid the price. My guts have been so unhappy for the past couple days.
Oh
from
god,
doing
I would
that.
never do that. That's like
'Cause I
poison, especially
can't-
spinach, dude. Spinach is like the worst.
I
If you get so sick off it.
Well, I mean, I can't get myself to throw out.
Oh, I would throw
a
that
lot
out.
of food.
You know what it is too?
hate
Like
when
if
I
it was
throw
any
food.
other meat, I probably would have put it back on. But like, there's something unappealing with like raw chicken to me, and it just creeps me out. I'm like, I don't want to fucking even touch this again.
You should just cook the fuck out of it and then just fed it to the dogs.
I just was like, oh, I just was so unappealed by the chicken. I was like, ugh. Like it was all raw. I was like, oh, creeped me out. So I was like, fuck that.
It's like today. I found a rotten apple in my
He
fridge, and
proceeded
then
to-
I cut it. I was like, oh, I wonder how far this actually
Oh
goes.
my
So
god.
I cut it
Fuck,
in half, it's
guy.
still rotten. I'm like, all right, I
I
gotta
have
throw this out
freaking
now.
AIDS or something.
I gotta
man.
throw this out now. No, man, it's the
Jeez.
Especially with the way things are priced right now, it's like
that too.
you kind of want to use everything.
Yeah,
you
but
got.
it's either that or like my health of my gut biome. I think I'm gonna pick my health of my gut biome over rotten
'Cause, like,
food.
I'll sometimes do that with like milk.
What do you mean?
Like,
Well, see,
if
milk-
If it's got, if
milk-
it's
milk-
not curdy.
Yeah,
things
or
like
a
that,
sour smell. That's
Yeah.
fine. I don't think
yeah,
that's
as long
an
as-
issue.
I mean, even if it's got
What
a
size
little bit
what
of,
size of milk do you buy?
Huh? I buy like the
The 4-liter jug.
Not the liter jugs, just like the tall.
Oh yeah,
So
so 2-liter. That's a 2-liter.
So if you allow it to sit that long, that means you don't drink that much milk, then, right?
Well, he eats it with cereal.
I have it with like my coffee, and I use it in my cooking as well.
Yeah.
I do.
You buy 3% shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do you use it for cereal?
I don't eat cereal. No.
Oh, you used to eat cereal, didn't you?
Used to, yeah.
That makes sense because if you're using it in your coffee, you're using it for cooking. You're using like such minimal amounts, right? Like cup, half cup.
Yeah.
But like I'll drink like full glasses
There's-
of milk, or I'll use at least a cup of milk.
I've
in
had
my-
some milk like that's expired for a week and it didn't smell or taste bad or have
No,
any
you keep going
curls.
until like.
Yeah.
Keep going until
Like
it's
milk's
that-
fine. Same with eggs. Eggs are
You know
fine.
what's something funny? So back in February when I was gone for pretty much the entire month, before I left, I had like half a gallon left of milk,
Yeah.
and I was like, if I leave this in the fridge, it's just gonna be rotten by the time I got back. And so what I did is I just chucked it outside on my balcony and let it freeze, and it stayed frozen until I got home from CiderCon, and I only had a couple days, so I thawed it in the fridge, drank a little bit more. I still didn't finish it, so I chucked it outside before I left
Oh
for
my
Hawaii.
god.
And then it by the time I got back from Hawaii, it already warmed up a bit, and so I just had like this disgusting milk sitting on my balcony, but I didn't want to waste it.
It's a smart idea if it's below freezing.
That one's
Just
actually
throw it
not a bad
outside.
idea. That's actually one of your smarter ideas.
I have a lot of smart ideas, man.
Yeah.
My parents buy powdered milk now.
That's not a bad idea.
They don't
either.
buy the liquid shit anymore. They just fill it as needed, and it tastes exactly the same.
Really?
Oh, it's delicious.
Oh.
Okay.
I didn't even know
It
that.
kind of tastes like crisper, honestly. Like, you know, if you're putting ice cubes in your milk,
No.
I mean, you don't have to say regularly, just have you ever?
No.
No.
Well, if you do, and you just get it like really nice and cold, it tastes like that.
Oh,
It's
gotcha.
got this like crispness to it.
I'm not a milk guy. I don't drink milk, so
Fucking love milk.
like once in a while I want a chocolate milk, but it's very rare.
Because like that's, I mean, like along with Christian's idea, I got some friends out in like Ontario. They get
Bagged milk, right?
milk in bags.
Yeah, that's in Ontario.
Yeah, that's in Ontario.
It's only in Ontario. It's fucking weird, man.
What they do is they'll buy it and then they'll do what Christian did. They'll freeze it if they can't go through it, and they'll just slowly defrost.
Yeah, dude, they still have milkmen there.
Yeah.
Like they deliver all the milk.
That's a dope job.
It's crazy.
Milkman.
Like it's so weird.
I assume they're-
Why? But is there a reason why they have it in bags?
I have no clue.
Well, that makes more sense. If you're not going to use all of it, you can just push all the air out of it and tie it with something and throw it in the freezer.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I just don't understand why.
Or even if you,
like, why don't they just go to what everyone else in the world
but
is
even
using?
if you do the same thing and throw it in the fridge, it'll last like twice as long, I bet. Because as soon as you remove all that air, like the bacteria can't.
You're vacuum sealing milk.
Pretty much, dude.
Don't worry, honey. I'm just gonna save this for later and write the date on it, like August
Now,
25th,
can you imagine that?
2019.
Little like Capri Sun package
Yeah.
of milk.
No, can
Yeah,
you ima-
Capri Sun, and you
imagine
freeze them, and you just put the dates on. You're like, August 20th, 2019.
But
Oh, this
actually
one's still
trying to
good.
actually trying to use a vacuum seal, like a food vacuum sealer.
That'd be hilarious.
You could only vacuum seal like 25 mils at a time.
Yeah.
You have enough
pull
to
it out-
dump in your coffee.
Yeah, when you pull it out, it's like you defrost it, you jam a straw through it just so you can start using it.
You
It
keep
just
your-
turns into dust. Like,
You keep your milk in a filing cabinet.
yeah, a filing cabinet. Yeah,
Yeah. So
it'd have to be a frozen one or a refrigerated cabinet though.
yeah, I even feel bummed when I leave stuff in the freezer for too long because it gets really bad for like the
Freezer burn?
and I just get like,
I think that's the only time like if you like vacuum seal, that's like where it's like really good because it doesn't freezer
They
burn.
can't freezer burn because
Yeah.
you're not exposing it to
Yeah,
air.
air.
yeah.
So like frost crystals can't form and your food doesn't sort to absorb.
I had a whole bag of shrimp I had to throw because it got frostbitten. Or not frostbitten. What's it called? Freezer burn?
Yeah, freezer
Yeah.
burn.
Shut up, Ashley.
It got frostbitten. It was on the cold for too long.
Well, I'm not wrong.
Why don't you toss your spinach into the freezer?
Yeah, why the fuck didn't you do
Can
that?
you imagine trying to thaw it? It'd just be a wet mess.
Well, I mean, like for your smoothies and stuff like that. I mean, you can blend.
You
Yeah.
just buy the frozen spinach that comes in the blocks.
Yeah.
No, I don't do that. I could do that actually. No, then it's
He's just trying to give you advice on how to not eat raw spinach.
It's like those people,
I just got to eat more spinach. That's the answer.
It's like those people that only buy like fresh fruit and stuff like that. It's like the frozen shit's just as good. You can keep it long.
I use the frozen stuff for my smoothies, so like I buy frozen berries. Only fresh fruit I buy is apples. That's about it.
Yeah, because like you try and buy like strawberries or something like that.
Nah.
Like, those things sit in the fridge,
Strawberries rot in like 2 days,
yeah,
like in a
they
fridge.
sit in the fridge like a week at best.
Yeah.
That's like you're making fun of me for those tomatoes I was eating at that.
Fuck, man. We go to like some beer Olympics, and we had to bring our own food, and so I buy a bunch of food, and Christian brings like his own vegetables. They're fucking like, man, it's like an 80-year-old saggy ball sack, like his tomatoes. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing eating this? He's got rotten peas, like they're going black. And I'm like, why are you eating this? He goes, oh man, they're still good. I'm like, no, they're not, you idiot. And he goes and he eats it all anyway.
These were good.
And then he goes, oh, they're still fun. And I'm like, I have one tomato and I didn't know that it was like saggy until after. I'm like, what the fuck was this? Jesus.
They were actually, you know what? That's the same thing too. It's like I eat those grape tomatoes and I put them in my lunch, but I buy like the big container of it, right?
Yeah.
So by the time I get to the end, they start to get a little more mushy because they've been in the fridge for too
Oh
long.
my
And I just
God,
power
dude.
through them. But there was a couple days,
It's just so
even this
disgusting.
week, where I had a couple in my bag for lunch, and I kind of just threw them into the pond at work.
Fuck,
I was like-
yeah.
I'm like,
Get rid of
These are
them.
a little bit too far gone.
So yeah, I use those cherry tomatoes too, but like I'll eat them fresh. Use them in salads like right off the bat, and then when they start to get that softness, I'll toss them into some pasta and
Yeah, see, that makes
Oh,
sense. Yeah, that makes
turn
more
them into
sense.
sauce. But that's how I use them. I don't try and power.
I don't
through
buy enough like grapes though. Excuse me. I don't buy enough like those grape tomatoes to make a sauce out of it.
Yeah, well, you said you bought a big container.
Yeah, but like by the time you get to the point where they
Well, how big is this container?
I don't know, like it's the size of like a shoebox, maybe a little smaller.
A size of a shoebox.
I don't know how to describe. I'm trying to describe it.
Like
for the
in
listeners.
length and in depth.
Like it's a square.
Yeah, how big is like? Use your hands, like just show
I'm
us.
using my hands right now.
So like that big.
like this by that.
Okay.
It's like just like a container.
So why don't you buy a smaller pack of grape
'Cause you
tomatoes?
can't.
Oh, maybe at the store you're going to, you can buy small packs.
Yeah, but then they're too small.
Oh my god.
And then I'm
Then
buying,
buy
then,
two
I'm
of
buying, then I'm buying grape tomatoes every week.
Christian,
That's the whole point.
Christian's going down.
They're like you don't need a month's supply
I
of
don't
fucking
like grocery
groceries.
shopping.
Oh my god, this no wonder, man. Like he's like, I hate wasting rotten food. He buys a month's supply of produce that only lasts like 1 week anyway.
Yeah, I'll buy bananas.
That's your problem right there.
That's fine.
I buy
like-
bananas like if I buy them on a Monday, I'll buy like 4 because I'll have one for every day. So because I don't want bananas. Going
Yeah,
around
but
on
I'm
my
telling you,
counter.
then just get grape tomatoes that do the same thing as your bananas, and then go buy them again with your
Waste
bananas.
of plastic, dude.
Fuck, man.
Waste. I'm
Oh my
conscious
god, he's
about
like,
my-
wow,
my
what a
footprint.
logical idea, but man, I just can't believe I never thought of it.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
If that's how Christian does, like he doesn't like to do grocery shopping. That's what he does.
No, it's
That's how
just,
it
it's just weird.
'Cause,
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
I don't mind grocery shopping. I hate keeping stuff like I don't like keeping stuff in my fridge that I won't consume within like the next 2 to 3 days or so. That's why my fridge is always empty.
Yeah.
Right. It's because I go
Well,
grocery shopping
like-
Yeah.
every 3 days.
I'd rather go back and get it if I needed it than have it go to waste.
Oh,
like
I hate that. I can't do that. I think I've probably talked about it before where if I go into a store and I buy shit and I come out and I get in my car and I'm like, oh shit, I forgot this item. I will not go back in that same store. I will drive somewhere else to go find it.
Oh my gosh. Hey, that's you. That's fine.
I don't know. it's
I know
just
people
weird.
do that. Other people do that.
It's the same thing with elevator doors too, for me.
Well, what do you mean
What?
by elevator? Like after you leave the elevator, you're like, oh, I have to go back
No,
up.
no, not that. It's where if a bunch of people get in,
Yeah.
right, and they shut the door closes and you're just getting there, I wait about 25 seconds before I push that button because I'm so terrified of pushing the button, that door bouncing back open, and just seeing a bunch of people staring at me. And
What's
Well, that makes sense.
it's
though.
just like because I have to stand there. If the elevator,
He's just like embarrassed that
It's
like he
embarrassing.
like halted people from.
That's like when
going
I was
to
in
the-
Calgary with my sisters last year. We were staying at this Airbnb and we had to use the elevator, and the same thing happened. And Dom was gonna go and push the button. I slapped her hand. I said, "Wait." She's like, "What is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "It's just a thing, all right."
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I do this thing sometimes where it's like, if I'm going to walking up to an elevator and I see there's a group of people there, like, I don't want to deal with these people, and I'll take the stairs instead.
Yeah, that makes more sense to me too. I agree with that. But there's thing I understand your thing, especially if it's like a group of like 10 people in the
You just
elevator.
can't get on board with my group.
If it's one person, I'd click the button again. I'd be like, fuck that.
If it's one person, maybe, but if it's like a big group of people,
No, I can get a big group. Yeah. That's understandable. That one's not weird.
So Matt can get behind some of your ideas.
Yeah, just not the buying a month's supply of grape tomatoes and then like hoping it's gonna last. It doesn't make any sense.
you know what? Actually, I found out though with grocery shopping is that don't ever go to Superstore on a Sunday evening, if you want to buy meat.
Dude, don't
Just
go to a
everything is-
superstore on the weekend. Period. You're not gonna have a good time.
No, sometimes it's just
It's
hot.
so fucking
sometimes
busy in there.
There's some babes walking around. You know, there's some good looking girls.
So what do you do? How do you approach that?
I don't approach them. I just-
Okay, in a theoretical sense,
What do
like,
you mean?
because you go there just to watch,
No, I don't go. I go there to get food.
He goes there and
But
goes,
if-
but it's a perk that
"Hey,
that's-
baby,
yeah, it's a perk.
I'm gonna get a month supply of grape
If you're ever
tomatoes.
gonna
Would you like to
justify
come
going
over?"
on a Sunday or a Saturday? That's it. Instead of going like on a Monday night where there's nobody, which is like that's got perks in its own. But it's like, what do you value? Do you value getting in and out really quick, or you know?
Well, I mean, if you want to see pretty people, you go. I would recommend going down to the farmers market.
We don't have a farmers market.
Yeah, we do.
Where? Is it the one up by the airport?
No, there's the
On
one-
Saturdays, it's back by the river there. I
Is
it?
think.
When did
Yeah,
that happen?
it's been there like that for a while.
What?
On Saturdays only though.
Yeah, that's how it's always been though.
Oh well, they used to do it on Sundays too.
Oh,
But then they were by the airport, but I think they're back now.
I didn't know that because I know that Crossmount's gonna be a part of that new because they're gonna redo it or something.
Oh, I don't know what they're doing.
Because it was on the news.
Yeah, something about that.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a bunch of. I saw the designs for it. It's just like a bunch of booths, pretty much.
Yeah, because they want to revamp that whole area down there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Farmers markets are cool.
Yeah.
Give me some grape tomatoes there.
Yeah, maybe we can get a good amount. Last few week.
Actually, if I could get like in bulk, like in a bag, like bring my own bag or like have a plastic bag and just fill like the amount that I think I need.
I'm pretty sure they'll do that, and then.
Well,
But then you're paying like twice as much for them.
Yeah, but you're getting like the freshest of the fresh.
Yeah.
That's worth
Dude,
it, man.
I eat rotten things.
Yeah, it's fucked up, man.
You think I care?
Jesus, his gut biome is just like no wonder this guy's
It's
got
probably
25.
It's probably really diverse.
It's probably like no
You'd be
wonder this
surprised.
guy can die from like 25 different food groups.
It's two. It's literally two. It's two
Just
things
making
now.
it up, man. I'm making
During
it
the
up,
summer,
dude.
There's like those Hutterites and like vans that do like those pop-ups
Oh,
in
yeah,
like, the
yeah.
parking lots and
Yep.
stuff like that. You can probably buy
They're-
Buy some
bulk.
sausage.
Their
chicken
corn's
with-
really good.
Buy some chicken with no meat on it. Meat on it.
Chicken's dope.
They just have like the leanest chickens that just.
Yeah, because like those places, you can I think, yeah, you just walk up with your own container and they'll load it up, and then you just pay whatever.
Whatever money they take. They don't take money. They just barter. They're like, oh, it's a pretty nice watch you got there.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
thanks.
I got 3 jerry cans of gasoline in the back of my car right now.
You're like, hey.
Oh my god.
But like, do you guys like to splurge every so often? Go to like those like fancy like butcher places for meat every now and then.
Well, that's where we went to.
Yeah. So like I haven't really done much of the butcher shop splurging except for that one time with the tomahawk. I probably will be doing it like at the start of next summer, and having some that it can kind of last me for like a month or two. But I did buy like when you see deals like. I remember when I got these steaks, they're like top sirloin or something like that. So they were a pretty good cut of meat. And they were normally like $20 a pound when meat was crazy, like in June and July there. And they were on sale of like 2 of them for $10. So I bought like 6 of them. And I was like, holy fuck, like it was a good deal. So, I mean, I do have some of those. Those are good.
Co-op?
Yeah, those co-op
Yeah, those
steaks.
are-
And they're really good steaks, man. Like they're awesome. So, I've done that a couple times. But other than that, like the delis sometimes, like delis meats, like even like their sandwiches are like $15, but they're like so fucking good and fresh. Like can't beat those ones.
You know what store I actually love though? It's Market of Asia.
Yeah.
Market of Asia's cool.
Market of Asia has got like cheaper selection, I suppose. I went there for spring rolls once when I had you guys when that girl bailed on me. And so I went there and the spring rolls were like $5 cheaper than what they were at Superstore.
Damn.
And they got probably better variety too to pick from than the
Spring
Superstore
rolls?
would. Yeah.
They're just like your mass marketed spring rolls.
Yeah, but I'm sure they have like other different flavors and stuff like that.
No,
Yeah,
just
like,
vegetable spring rolls.
You got the regular vegetarian.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to talk
what is
about.
it? There's you can get like a pork and mushroom.
Yeah, there's
one.
pork
I
and
usually get
mushroom.
the veg
Oh.
one.
Yeah, the pork one's good too.
See, one of the things I want to try and do is do like whole animal butchery. Like I want to buy a cow carcass and break it down myself.
My dad bought it like a quarter of a
Nice.
cow, and like he obviously got it butchered, but I mean like it's a lot of meat for a good time, for like a good price. My dad actually like I told him about that place like on Central. He went there and he bought some hamburger and he said it was the best hamburger he's ever had in his life. I was like, really?
I can
He's like,
see
yeah.
Doug getting excited about that.
So he's like, it's really freaking good. So I was like, okay. So I think that's where I'm gonna go from now on is that place. So
For just hamburger? Like meat?
no, just like to go get meat. Like instead of Prairie Meats, I'll just go there.
Oh, how often do you go to Prairie Meats?
Not often, but it's convenient. It's right beside my house.
Right, okay.
So
I would actually argue that Summit's just as far.
yeah, well, it's pretty. Yeah, it's pretty close.
Yeah, I haven't gone back there though. I still have short ribs sitting in my freezer. The one time I think you came over, you and Cody.
Yeah, those were good.
I still have those in the freezer. I don't know if they're still good though.
Oh god.
Those are expensive too.
Yeah, they are beef for a rib.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had something I was gonna say too. I just forgot it. Damn it.
All right. Well, while you try and remember that, I told this story last night. I think Christian heard it.
What?
But last night we were all hanging out with our good buddy Kevin. He came into town,
Mm-hmm.
and I showed up a bit late, and that was because I was
Look
on a
like
double
John
date.
Wick.
Yeah, he did look like John Wick.
Wuhan.
Oh my god.
I just come from a double date, and it didn't go too well. This girl here was very into her cats. She.
Wait, how'd you meet her first of all?
It was I guess it was kind of like a blind date. It was the guy from work, him and his girlfriend, and she's friends with.
Is that the guy that we met at the place the one time?
No. This is a different guy.
Oh, okay.
This is
What's
a
his
different
name?
guy. Huh?
Oh, I guess you should maybe.
No,
say
yeah,
names.
don't say the name. But I was just thinking it was the guy that we went
No,
to the
it
bar
wasn't
with at
Lyndon.
one
It
time.
wasn't Lyndon.
Yeah.
But
Because he's got a girlfriend now, right?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd you
yeah.
meet her?
I have no clue. Tinder, Snapchat.
Yes, sir.
I like him. He's funny. He's a good guy.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
But she was like, she just kept talking about her cats, and she had 6 cats, and she named them all after the kids
Don't give that look, Ashley. Cats are beautiful.
from Recess.
Isn't that weird?
Actually, doesn't
You don't think that's weird?
I think 6 cats is weird. I don't
Yeah.
think names are weird.
No, it's just hilarious that it's like all after the character's recess and specifically gets 6 cats for that. That's
Like,
so
did
weird.
she get 6 cats like because she likes cats, or just really wanted to fit the recess gang? Like, she really wanted one.
She must be a mega fan of Recess if she did that.
Yeah. No,
Did she look like one?
What
of
are the
Recess
characters'
gang?
names again?
Well, I mean, the cats' names were
TJ.
TJ Detweiler, Gus Griswold, Vince LaSalle,
Vince LaSalle.
Mikey Lumberg.
Yeah. Was it Gretchen?
Gretchen Gunler, something like that.
Yeah.
And then Ashley Spinelli.
Ashley Spinelli.
And yeah. So
Does she actually call him like all by the full name?
Not the full name.
Oh, okay.
No,
That'd be even more like, what the hell? That's pretty
I call
interesting.
Chris Brown by his full name.
Okay.
Yeah.
But his name's Chris Brown.
His name's Chris Brown.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I'm not judging you for that.
No, didn't think you were.
Okay.
Dope name.
Anyway, keep going.
yeah. So at some point in the night, I made an off the cuff joke, which I thought was
Was it a
fucking
cat
hilarious.
joke?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah,
What was
so-
the joke?
Okay, you gotta set up the context, like where you're sitting.
We were at King Me board game or whatever. We're playing
Board game?
We're playing board games.
Okay.
We're playing actually Settlers of Catan. And this girl was explaining the situation about how she got the cats and how they're all rescues.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Right? And off the cuff, I make a remark. I go, when someone goes to an animal shelter, and decides to bring home a new pet. They're viewed as heroes, but when I go to a women's shelter and try to bring home a girlfriend, I'm viewed as a creep.
That's a pretty good joke, actually. Yeah, I like that one. She didn't find it funny?
No.
Did anyone else laugh?
My buddy from work did. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. That was pretty funny. That's clever, actually.
Maybe not on the first.
So wait a minute. She took 6 cats at once?
Yeah.
What in the world? That is impressive.
Where does she?
How the fuck can they approve her taking 6 cats home?
I have no
Does she
clue.
live in a mansion or something?
What the
I
fuck?
really didn't go back to her place, so I'm not really certain.
Holy shit! 6 freaking
Because there's some
cats.
people, if they have cats, like they just don't take care of the place, and it's not good.
Man, like imagine
6
the shelter
cats.
saying, "Okay, fuck it, you can have 6 of them. Here you go." That's fucked, man.
Might have not been
SPCA might be desperate.
No, maybe
They
it
have a
was
lot
like
of
one
cats.
after another, sure, but like that's still a lot of fucking
SPCA
cats.
has a lot of cats. They're trying to, they're overwhelmed. So I wouldn't doubt that they're like, here, you want 6, take 6.
You want bulk? We'll sell you.
How do you expect all those cats to get
Jesus.
along? I wonder. 6 different cats.
Yeah, no
they
kidding.
grow
Could have gotten them as kittens.
Imagine all the dusting
Oh,
she
man.
must have to do, and like,
Oh, like the cat urine smell.
yeah,
No,
fuck.
if the house is big enough and the litter box is like out of the way.
Yeah,
you
but
won't
what
get
if she
that
like
pissed
lives in
off.
an apartment?
Yeah,
If you live in an
like
apartment with
this
6 cats,
size.
yeah,
Yeah, like
that's
she's
guaranteed-
fucked,
That's
man.
guaranteed gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
Like I would never have a cat in the place that there's nowhere to put a litter box
Yeah.
in those townhouses
Yeah.
at all. Because the last people who were in my place, they put the litter box in the upstairs bathroom, like in the main floor bathroom,
Ugh.
Mm.
and I'm like, no,
No.
that's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah.
They're hairless cats too.
Oh, the Sphinx cats.
I
or
love
whatever.
cats, but man, those things are fucking ugly.
But yeah, she didn't find the joke funny. You guys
I
found
liked
funny.
it.
Did she?
I
Okay,
told
did she
Dan
like?
that joke and he found it funny.
I thought it was a good
First,
joke.
yeah, I don't find it funny. But
And
did you guys like talk at all, or she
Yeah.
just ignore you the entire time?
No, we were talking and we were like having conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you know that she didn't want to see you again?
I actually don't know if she wants to see me
You,
again. or
you
not.
just thought it went bad, so you're not gonna.
Yeah.
Did you get her number?
No.
No. Did you try?
No.
No.
Well, yeah, he wasn't really into her.
Wait, you didn't like her, or you think she didn't like you?
I'm not really into her. 6 cats,
Yeah.
that's a big investment.
That's
what
a-
if she
that's a
didn't
big
have 6
investment.
cats?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I think this whole 6 cats thing is kind of.
I
also
think that's a little overboard. I kind of agree. That's
It's a little
Yeah.
overboard, yeah.
for one person. It's kind of weird.
You know
Like
what's
it's
wor-
like
you
if
know
it's
what would
like
be worse is 6 dogs.
yeah, that's
That's worse.
that's just as
6
bad.
dogs is worse.
Well,
Ashley's fine with that.
That's just as bad though. Like
That's
but
too
like
much.
for sure.
with the dogs, you have to take them out.
you know what makes sense to me? If you were like a dog trainer and you had that many dogs,
If you're Caesar Milan,
that would make sense to me. Like you could have that many dogs.
you mean
'Cause-
like personally have that many dogs?
Yeah, I think you could get away with it because they would all obey you and like.
If you have a
listen-
big enough house, like
Yeah.
a farm, sure you can have 6 dogs.
yeah, like if you had an acreage and you had 6 dogs, but they like listen to you.
But they like sleep not in the house.
Well, some of them can sleep in the house. I don't think they'd all sleep in the house.
Nah, I'd build something separate and they can live in there.
Well, for you, yeah, but I mean, like for other people, they probably
I just like
want some dogs in the house.
yeah.
There's a lot of people that have like 6 dogs and they still all sleep in the
I mean,
house.
it's even more gross is like 6 dogs and they have like 3 cats or something.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not a
Ooh,
good
that's
mix.
That's a mix where you're like, ooh, okay, that's a whole other level of crazy.
Yeah, yeah,
Also, it depends on what kind of dogs. I mean, 6 smaller dogs, like corgis or something like that. That's
yeah.
manageable. But you got like 6 greyhounds or something like that.
Okay, back to this date thing though.
Yeah,
You should text your buddy and be like, hey, how do you think it went?
I should.
And be like, and if he's like, nah, don't do it, then you'll know.
Actually, yeah. Speaking funny of like you were talking about adoption, like my sister texted me like on like it was Thursday, and she goes, "Please help." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And she sends me a picture of a dog, and like it's up for adoption, but it's 12 years old. I'm like, "Why do you want a 12-year-old dog?" She goes, "Look at his face." I'm like, "I know he's like a cute dog, but like, how are you gonna feel if he dies in a year, or like you have to put him down a year or so? Like that's so shitty. Like to have that,
Some
connection
people are
so
willing
quick."
to-
Yeah, I know. I couldn't do that. I'd be like, because it's so shitty when you have to put him down to begin with. Like, to only have like a year with him, it sucks. You're like, fuck, man. So like, I was like, just go get like a puppy.
what
And also, she adopted one, and her dog's a little fucked up. I'm not gonna lie to you, in like the nicest way possible. But like, she's got issues, like major issues, and like
separation issues.
like
or-
no severe like she's got just like she can't control it.
Okay.
She can't control her like anger and stuff because like essentially she gets like so anxiety induced that she essentially goes out on herself and she does like circles and like really tries to attack her tail and stuff. And then she'll like if you try to stop her, she might bite you. And then like the worst feeling in the world is like when you see her after because you know she did something wrong and she feels really bad that she did it, but she can't control it. So like it's just really sad, right? And like
I think I've met this dog once.
yeah, Coco, that's when she ripped her nail on my parents' deck.
Oh yeah.
And you feel bad for her because you're like, oh, like, you know, you don't mean to do it, but she can't control herself. It's like, well, what if this dog is somewhat the same? And I'm sure, like, that dog got abused, but, like, no one's going to tell you that dog got abused if you're adopting it.
Yeah.
Some will, but, like, no one's going to say, oh, yeah, she's got a fucked up mental state and she does circles because then no one's going to adopt her, right? They'd have to put her down.
Well, what is it? My buddy adopted a dog that had like severe separation anxiety.
Yeah.
So like every time he went to the washroom, he couldn't have the door closed because the dog
Oh,
would
my
just
gosh.
start whining and crying
Yeah.
because
That was like Ellie
she was
for a bit.
separated from. So he's had to like shower with the door open so the dog can come in and out and yeah, sometimes it can get
I think, yeah, the adopting is hard because, like, you don't know the circumstance. So there's some awesome dogs that are adopted and have no problems, and there's other dogs that are just, they've been out in the wild too long, like, with no real one looking at them, and, like, it's hard to train them, and they can be reckless. Like, depends on the size of the dog, too, right? Like, if it's a freaking giant German Shepherd and you can't control it, that's probably not good for anyone. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, it's scary shit, but... Fuck. That's crazy.
Dogs, man.
Dogs and cats, man.
Okay, text your buddy. Not right now, but later.
Okay.
Yeah, you should. That's funny. That was a good
Because
joke.
you never know. Like
I thought it was a
she liked you or
hilarious
something.
joke.
Maybe she.
I loved it. It's part of like. I also kind of.
It was hilarious.
I
It
kind of
was.
threw it out there to sort of gauge what her humor was too.
Yeah, that's like ideal timing
I
too.
feel
Actually,
like that's a gamble
did you
she
like say
never
like
gonna pay off.
right? Do you say like right after she said she had 6 cats?
Huh? No. She started talking about her cats and
Yeah.
she told us the story of how she got the cats and she had mentioned the animal shelters and that's kind of what triggered me off.
Yeah, and then you said like after that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I guess it was a way of me sort of judging what. Her
She also an
humor was.
accountant?
Huh? No, she was a librarian.
Oh.
Well, that's a good job actually. It's pretty. You have to go to like 4 years of school for that.
She look like a librarian?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but
Does she work in a school or like at the public library?
library.
Oh, nice.
Which one?
I don't think I'm at.
It's gonna be the new
bullshit
one
information.
that they're building.
She's working there right now.
Isn't the new one? When's the new one opening?
It's
I
not
don't know.
even-
They haven't broken ground yet.
Oh, they haven't broken ground.
Are
Where
they
is that gonna
tearing
go?
down that Second Ave Square for that?
Yeah, that's
That's
why.
where that's
That's why
going?
all the businesses are.
Yeah,
all
they all
out of there now.
moved. They all moved.
Second Ave Square, like where Starbucks is.
No, down the street more.
Oh,
It was like where that
Fiat place was.
the
and all that?
SLGA liquor
Oh,
store
that
was.
one. Oh, that's where the pub. That's like a really bad spot to have a public library.
Why?
It's just not a very good area.
Well,
yeah,
neither.
but I mean, like transportation and downtown wise, it's right by the.
No, it makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense for sure. And you just go down University Bridge.
Yeah.
Like I get it. It's just like it's not a great area.
Nah, whole downtown is kind of not a great area.
That's most downtowns though now.
Not always.
Well, I said most downtowns, like in like any city, have issues.
No.
Okay, would name me a
They're
city that hasn't had an
thinking of
issue?
putting an arena downtown.
Maui.
Huh?
Maui.
Okay, yeah. Well, yeah. Fucking one city that I've never been to, and that's the one you're gonna say.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I was thinking, for some reason, my brain was like, "Oh, Calgary's not that." And then I stopped. I'm
Yeah, you're
no,
like,
I
wait a
literally-
minute.
No, I literally
I
saw,
went to Stampede.
I literally
and there's
saw
lot
a
of
woman
issues.
pick up a road sign and just throw it at a car and just yell at the top of her lungs.
Yeah. Jesus.
I remembered that.
Yeah, no, there's any downtown. There's stuff like that.
That girl that was here this past weekend.
Yeah.
We were walking up the bridge and there was just like human shit everywhere.
Human shit up
She
the
had-
bridge.
Yeah, like on the bridge, someone had like just put their ass against like the bridge
Yeah.
and just shat.
Oh my
It was
god.
funny. We saw it coming down, and then we're
Yeah.
going back up, and there was a guy like 20 paces in front of us, and we're like, I wonder if he's gonna notice the shit.
And did he figure it out at
He's
the
in
end?
flip flops. You just all see him go. just like get out of the way.
Oh my god, someone like explosive diarrhea on the bridge.
I think so. Like,
Oh
so
my
you could see
God.
like it was the perfect height if someone just like pulled down their pants and
And
just
swallowed.
squatted a little bit,
Oh my god.
because he just was running down the side of the wall, and then there's just a pile at the wall,
Oh. Oh.
and it was flies and shit. And it was hot. It was
Oh.
Can
Oh.
you imagine the poor city worker that has to go and hose that down?
Yeah.
They probably said, "Fuck it, like we can't get a hose there. Let Mother Nature take care of it."
Oh my god, that's disgusting.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Well, I mean,
I heard there's a lot of that in California though, like in LA, downtown LA.
yeah, when you have
There's like
that
just
big,
human shit everywhere,
Skid
and
Row.
specifically San Francisco has a lot of human shit everywhere, because there's a lot of homeless people there.
I thought I saw a guy die when I was there.
Oh, I do have something that I do
How
want
you
to talk
gonna
about.
gloss over that?
You saw a guy that died there?
No, I thought he was dead. He was just like laying there, and there was like a cop over him.
Oh.
I'm like, and I was approaching, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm looking at a dead guy right now. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
he just went, oh, and he just like sat up, and he was obviously like methed out or something.
One time I had to go fill up gas at the Shell, like on 11th Ave or 11th Street, right by like old Dutchess.
Yeah.
And I just see these people surrounding this car, and this guy is like he's not doing good. I was like, oh no! And I think he had like a massive heart attack like in the passenger seat. So someone ran and like called the ambulance, and then the ambulance got there, and I think he was okay. But I was like, holy shit, that's like terrifying. Like you're just in the seat of your car and you have a heart attack like right by the Shell, because someone was just going in to get darts or something, and he's just like, you just see him like all of a sudden like hold his chest.
How do you know he's gonna go in and get cigarettes?
Well, someone was I'm just using an example. Like they went to go in and get something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm like, why do you care?
I don't know. It sounds.
Like, my God. Anyway, sorry. And then I did want to say, I did watch. I was been watching some documentaries lately. Have you saw what the hell is it called? The Woodstock '99 documentary on
No.
Netflix. Oh man, it is. It's called Trainwrecked. That's what it is. Trainwrecked Woodstock '99. You gotta watch it, man. It's insane. It's crazy. Like, talk about shit. People were swimming in like fucking puddles of shit.
No way.
Yeah, I don't know. Like they thought it was just mud from the rain, but it was the porta potties that overflowed because no one went to clean up the porta potties. So like they're all jumping in fucking shit and like swimming in shit, and like the water got contaminated there, and like this girl like woke up and she had like sores all over her face and inside her mouth and cold sores, and she has like something from when it's like the water's contaminated like with fecal matter, and it can make you
What,
like
coli?
Cholera.
yeah, that was it. It was something like that. Yeah. That's what exactly. Yeah, it was something fucked up, man. It was like she's like, I left after that. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah,
I would leave too. And it was crazy, man. Like, and
I
then
would leave for much less.
and then like every concert, like there was, and this was like back in like the late '90s. So like that's when like Rage Against the Machine was huge, and like Korn was massive, and Limp Bizkit, right? And then like on the second day, Limp Bizkit's performing like the headrunner, the showrunner. And they go, Fred, you really got to calm the crowd down. And then there's like the part where it's like, hey man, like I could see, like this reporter's like going like, I could see in Fred's eyes. He's like, I should really calm down this crowd. But holy shit, there's 250,000 people watching me right now. Fuck it. And he starts singing Break Something. And then the whole crowd went nuts. And they started like jumping on these giant like speaker poles and stuff and like tearing them down and shit like that. It was crazy. It was just like I everything was ironic. Like it was hilarious. So
Because I can't remember if it was you talking about that or maybe a guy at work, but they were saying that they organized it exactly the same way as like last time, but they didn't take into account the crowd that would show up for those kind of bands that they were showing.
So like what happened is like the reason that they did the 99 Woodstock is because Columbine had just happened like 4 months earlier, and the guy who originally created Woodstock 69 wanted his kids to experience like something like Woodstock 69. But they got like these headliners to help them get like these big bands. And what they were doing, they didn't really read the crowd right. Where like in the 60s, it was like peace and love, like we stop the Vietnam War and all that. Like we don't need that stuff, like because everyone's like, why are we going to Vietnam? Like you know what I mean? So like it was a huge protest essentially against like war, and then everyone was on the same page and it was all peace and love. But in the 90s, everything is like about like anarchy, rage, like against the the cops, fuck the police and all that. So like his security. He just randomly hired people to be their security guards. Like they weren't in security background, and they were called peace officers or something like that. Mm-hmm. And like this guy was like Yeah, like someone just came up to me and was like, "Hey, do you want $500 to work a weekend?" And he's like, "Yeah, sure." And he's like, "What do I have to do?" He's like, "You just gotta hang out." And like they were all peace officers. They had no idea what they were doing, and it was just fucking crazy, man. Just
Waiting for that
anarchy.
Astroworld documentary to come out.
Well, that's
If anyone ever makes one.
and that's the crazy part. That only 2 people died from that, like Woodstock '99.
But
And one of them
but
got
more
hit by
people
a
died
car.
at Astroworld.
One person got hit by a car, and the other person died of heat stroke.
Damn.
And like that was like there should have
It's
been
kind
way
of
more.
amazing no one dies at Craven.
Yeah, no, for
Has
sure.
anyone ever died at Craven?
Probably.
Well, dude, like
I don't know.
there's not 250,000 people though. Like that's
Yeah,
the thing.
but
And their
you take,
facilities
like-
are clean and taken care of because Country Thunder runs everything.
Okay.
Like Country Thunder tours all around the world, right?
Does it?
Yeah, like it's like the festival is called Country Thunder, but they go from city to city with it. And Craven's just the location for Saskatchewan.
Interesting.
So they have like Country Thunder Calgary and all that stuff.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. It used to be just Craven Jamboree, right? But no.
Jamboree. What a
Yeah.
dumb name.
But yeah, really cool, really awesome documentary. Really wild.
I'll have to watch
We're
it.
getting close to an hour here, so
Sweet.
we're gonna call it there.
Cool.
It was good to see you guys again.
Yeah, it was
Get to
awesome.
do all this again.
You do it again.
Text your boy there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get an update on the next podcast, see how things
See how
went.
it goes.
Bring the heat.
Alright.
See you at Christmas time.
Yeah. That's something.
No, we're gonna get back to it now. I think we're gonna like now that summer's pretty much died
I
down.
gotta take.
I'm
care
really
of-
looking forward to September football. We'll have to talk some football
Yeah.
and everything. Should be fun.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later.
Goodbye.
Bye.